Hey everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Saul Colt, the founder of Saul Colt, the Idea Integration Company. I'm recording this video in my subterranean studio here. Uh, Basically, I'm in a basement. This is the very first of an almost everyday video thing. So why am I doing this? Well, I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. Mostly because I'm finding out that being amazing and great at what you do just isn't enough anymore. You have to make videos. Apparently, this is what you have to do. But I'm also doing this because a fortune teller who sort of did my cards reading, whatever you call it, on New Year's Eve told me that in 2017, if I do this, I will become a more charming Gary Vaynerchuk. Can you imagine that? A more charming Gary V. Unbelievable. Formatted this is super simple. Ask me a question, I'll answer it to the best of my ability. I put the word out on Facebook and Instagram, and I got a whole slew of questions, so I'm going to answer them as fast as I can. It's going to happen almost every day. Probably not every day, a couple times a week whenever I have time, because like I said before, I actually am really good at what I do and I'm busy, but I'm going to do this as much as I can. So our first question, the first question that is ever going to be on this, whatever we call this thing, is from Jon Spenceley. Jon Spenceley wrote on Instagram, he wrote, and I'm going to the glasses to read this, any B2C marketing tips for a company that won't have a product for a little while, currently planning and making a lot of content for our blog and building social channels, but curious if there's anything more I can be doing. Well, John, there's a lot you could be doing, and thank you for the question. So first of all, John, you do have a product right now. You may not realize it, but your product is you. I know you well, so I'm not going to pretend that I don't know you. I know what you're working on. And I have to say, I'm not your target. I will probably never buy your product, but I do care a whole lot about you and I do care about your success. So I'm still really interested and I want to know what's going on. So that's what I mean by you're the product. So until you actually have a physical product, you need to be telling your story over and over and over. You need to tell it to anyone who will listen. You need to actually refine your pitch and understand what's working for people, what isn't working for people. This is the time where you do all your marketing research. Not only are you going to be telling people what you're doing it, share why you're doing it and why it's important. There's a lot of people out there who dream of starting their own business. This is the thing that keeps them up at night. This is the thing that, they daydream about it in their cubicle, and they have no idea how to do it. All they know is that it's really hard. And guess what? It is really hard, and you're living through this. So you should be sharing everything you're doing right now. You should be pulling back the curtain, a whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff. Show the good and the bad. You have to show every success you've had so people can get really excited and follow you in your journey. But you have to also show the nights that you fall asleep with tears in your eyes, because that's reality, and that's sort of the drama that people are going to get really excited about. Everybody thinks building things are really easy, but people who have done it know that it's actually really awful. It's never sunshine and lollipops. So if you show these things, this is what's going to be really interesting and engaging to people. Do this now. Start as soon as you can. Bring people along for the ride, because one, it gives you time to actually build a following, but two, by revealing to the people who, by sort of bringing people on this journey, you're not just sort of sharing things, you're also creating fans, you're creating people who are going to get emotionally invested in what you're doing. So when you do actually have a physical product, you've already got people who are going to buy it. They're going to buy it because they've followed you on this journey. They feel like they're a part of it. They're as much a part of they want to be as part of the success as you are. But also for people like me who are never going to buy your product, I'm sorry, John, but it's true. I'm going to be emotionally invested more than I already am, and I'm going to want to share it with people. I'm going to want to share the news and, spread it as far and wide as I can, because I'm not going to buy your product, or I'll probably buy it just to be nice. And, you know me, I'm a good guy. But I'm going to share it like crazy because I'm going to have gone through that journey with you, because you are the product. Even after the product comes out, you're still the product, because you're in a very competitive space. And one of the main reasons people are going to buy your product is because of you, sort of the blood, sweat, and tears you've put into it. So hopefully that makes sense. For everybody else, I hope this was kind of helpful. If you have any questions that you want me to answer, like I said, I'm going to do this for a while. Hopefully the video production will get a lot better, but the point of this is not to make these videos look really great. The point is to actually get to all the questions. If you have a question, please drop me a line at newsletter@saul.is. That's newsletter@saul.is. Or leave me a comment on this video and I will get to them all. Please, please, please subscribe, follow, share, tell your friends. This could end up being something really cool. And when I am bigger than Gary Vaynerchuk, I will remember all of you people, and I will throw really nice parties and throw money around to wherever you may be. That's it for today. Hope you guys liked it.